Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dragons Lair, and today what we are going to be taking a look at is the bug fixes, which ones I liked, which ones I disliked, and some comments and feedback I had at the end. These were the bug fixes that happened last Tuesday, where there was a massive amount of bug fixes. So I just want to take a look at the ones that I liked and dislikes, and some of my reasonings behind it. We are live on Twitch right now. If you do want to come join us, it is twitch.tv/Bude_live. So let's take a look at, firstly, the character section of the bug fixes. So which ones did I like? I had the Kita is not gaining invulnerable when she's empowered. Very, very important. And invulnerable is a strong buff, and it will bode, very useful once she's 7 stars, and we're able to unlock her for the raid, and using her there. Invulnerable is going to be quite helpful in that regard, and in other settings. Invulnerable is just a strong buff, so that is the first like that I have on the character section. Next, which is a very popular one, is the leader ability for Donald Duck. So Donald Duck, the fix was Donald Duck's leader ability does not grant counterattack chance to Duck's teammates. So now they're counterattacking, and they've been quite useful from people's testings and searching around the community to combat actually princesses. So ducks are becoming more viable. Is it something that we should keep an eye out for the future? Maybe new ducks are coming to the game, and that's why they fix this. We'll see. Another honorable mention is the Charmer Enthralled inflicted to Donald Duck is defeated suddenly after cleansing debuffs while being empowered. That has been a long-standing bug since Maleficent has been in the game for the most part. So honorable mention, that one is quite helpful, but I believe this one made them more viable. And next is Ralph. And this is on his I'm gonna wreck it ability. So the ability does not cleanse harmful effects from Ralph, and it was fixed, which is great. Just a legendary character becoming more viable, and that's always a great thing. Ralph isn't the best legendary, he's not the worst legendary, but this helps him quite a lot. Let's see here. Let's get into the character dislikes. So why is Pain and Panic up here? So Pain and Panic's passive ability, We Are Worthless Worms, does not trigger automatically after transformation using special ability It Wasn't Us. Also, It Wasn't Us on Hero Hamada. Transform Pain and Panic into Hero Hamada and unable to attack the opponent. The reason why this is in my dislike section is because, is this character finally going to work? Is he finally gonna work? This character came out February 17th of 2021. And his description was tricky support characters that cause chaos. The only chaos they cause is the amount of bugs and problems within their kit. This character has been fixed 21 times. This character has been addressed for bugs that we've been told about. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. If you do follow my Twitch stream, you know what I feel like as far as clumping character releases together. They interact with the game differently. They have so many interactions. Like currently we have the Winnie the Pooh characters. That's 3 new characters that interact with 150 characters. Maybe try and release them single right? So, you know, if you want the players to beta test them, they will. And they'll figure out what the problems are. And it's a little bit easier to fix instead of, I don't know, coming out with 7 dwarves and Snow White, and you know there's a myriad of problems because it's 8 new characters interacting with 150 give or take characters. But I digress. Pain and Panic is in the dislike section. Next we have the dwarves that I just mentioned, and this is more towards the dwarves fixes. These fixes should have been quicker to complement the event timer. This was at the back end of the Snow White event, and I feel like it's not quite enough. There are mechanical flaws along with bugs in these kits, and they're very underwhelming, and the bugs just make it worse. In this iteration of the fixes, there was 2 sneezy fixes, a sleepy fix, the fix to the break, and that and then the miners overall got fixed, right? And my question is, did you test these characters? Again, you clumped them all in, you released them all together. Did you test these characters? I really find it hard to believe that you couldn't easily catch a new debuff not working. It's a new debuff. You should, you know, be magnifying on its interactions. It would have been so simple to find that the conversion on the breaks was not working. But I digress. The overall problem, instead of releasing characters weekly, it's all the characters at a time. You know, right now, 3 new characters plus a spell, and Pooh's leadership's not working. And I know from just looking at the event structure, Pooh is difficult to get, and his leadership not working affects the activation of Eeyore and Tigger's kit, and it would be quite disappointing to drop the resources on getting Pooh, and then that happens and it just completely negates your hard work getting there. There's too many character releases at once. And I think we saw with Milo and Kidda, it was easier to fix them, easier to see the issues. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Our next is going to be Cusco. Cusco was released February 14th. And these are the changes, or well, the bug fixes that Cusco got. Cusco's guard, passive. Guard's passive ability is not available in battle. Cusco, offense up. Offense up buff, not working on Cusco. Cusco, basic. Cusco calls 2 royal guards to assist instead of 1. Cusco summons. Cusco's guards are not gaining shield and protect upon using their special A ability. Cusco summons. Cusco's guards are granting 0 crit chance up and crit power up to their teammates on using their special ability B. Cusco. When Cusco is in llama form and revived with Golden Hammer, he resurrects in human form. That is 6 fixes. This character came out February 14th. It is May. 3 months. So I'm not the best mathematician, but that's about 10% of the bug fixes for characters. And that is ridiculous. 10% is into one character. Mind you, CC, where he's primarily used, is a game mode that really it needs help, right? And when you put these CC focused characters in, I would really be looking into these characters before I release them, because it can excite people about using them in CC. But if they're so broken, people are, number one, going to be turned off in getting the character the next time around, and number two, it'll just make CC even more frustrating. So I didn't like that part. You know, all the fixes are great, but you know, the background of it, I don't like a lot. I don't like. All right, so the other part of the bug fixes, I had my likes, and I started with Maurice. Maurice crashing at the lobby. If Maurice, along with Maximus, Minnie, Megara, Mordu, and Merlin are used, it looks like they were picking on the M characters here, but that's a weird one, but I'm glad they're addressing crashes, which is great. Next is going to be application crashes on first launch after download. And in addition to this, it's basically all crashes, including Maurice's. So the game is crashing on splash screen right after launch. Also, application crashes when leader/club leads starts a new club expedition and keeps bonus info tab open while intro plays. Thank you for fixing the crashes. I think it's the most annoying thing in the game. So it is well received here. And next is going to be counter. The stacks of counter are being used up from one multi-hit attack. It's great, great little quality of life change, and really does add to Donald even more. Now, let's get into our dislikes for the other section. Next is, our first is going to be the Club Conquest attack phase. Player gets kicked out on minimizing the game during battle and will not be able to participate in any of the CC battles after that. Again, frustration on a frustrating game mode. I had something similar than this. I was battling against a trio of characters, and I had 2 characters left, and they were so sustainable that they weren't dying. And it just kicked me out, and you know, it showed that I was still attacking, but I wasn't. And you know, it just completely kicked me out and went black. And then I tried to tell customer service about it, and it's like, oh, do you have screenshots? It's like, no, it blacked out, like. But you know, that is super frustrating, and there's more things in that regard that need to be addressed, because really it's a frustrating game mode, and it really needs to work properly. Next is going to be in raids, ability not ready is displayed when flee option is used for Minnie Mouse character in battle. You know, the ability not ready is so super frustrating, and it's been broken and not broken and fixed and retooled. One that comes to mind is Rapunzel, and it's just super frustrating because if you're trying to flee and you get ability not ready, you can literally ruin your run, and that's not good for you, and that's not good for your club, right? You look like a fool when you post, you know, something subpar because you weren't able to flee the battle or leave the battle. Next is gonna be the hill / rock is blocking the node. The hill rock is blocking the node in tier 9 floor 4, just before the chest at the bottom, and the camera, which is the boss intro, tier floor 5. Boss intro has offset camera. And can we just address the camera as a whole? Like, look at this. Look at this screenshot. The camera in this game is awful. Besides in the Siege on Olympus, I like it a lot. But this camera is horrendous. How am I supposed to use a wand on Milo? How am I supposed to give buffs with Zeus to Milo? What is going on here? Do you even know this is me up here in the corner? Who is my teammate? How do I? Well, no, it's just a cluster. The camera needs to be fixed in this game. Because it's just ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. And if you're going to put more debuffs in the game, you need to address this camera. Just not in Club Expedition. Generally. Right? Let's go back to here. All right. So. Now on to my miscellaneous section. Which will be my final thoughts. Barley and Milo. Barley's basic is not working as intended while assisting Milo. Also, Milo's leadership, the leader ability is not working as intended. Horn King Peter Shadow, clone back Black Cauldron unit has extremely low speed. Barley's ready for action, may not call anyone to assist if it triggers due to Barley assisting another character. What is the intention of these, right? If you say Barley's basic is not working as intended, what is the intention of that move? Leadership ability is not working as intended. What is the intention? Be more descriptive. What is the interaction supposed to be? You know, all these bug fixes are great. And I did highlight some that were, you know, completely ridiculous. Just for a myriad of reasons, but can you tell us the intention so it's clear that we know what's, you know, being addressed here? Also, ghost abilities that have been in the game for so long, when will these end? The most prominent examples of these is Beast, but I've had it happen with Ralph, Merida, Elsa, probably even more, where you kill a character and they're dead, and apparently it's like, nope, I'm gonna still use my big fist ability with Ralph. Nope, I'm still gonna, you know, use Merida's special B and destroy someone. Nope, I'm Elsa's still gonna, you know, use her AoE. Beast is still gonna counterattack you. Why can this not be fixed and addressed? But on that note, all bug fixes are welcomed. Yeah, I had some likes, some dislikes. Let me know which bug fixes you liked and disliked. What are some interesting interactions and things you've been able to do with these fixes? And until next time, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful night. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And until next time, bye.